Welcome to another episode of Cryptotalks. I think this one is exciting, and then a lot of things has happened this week. It is somehow shocking in one aspect. It still brings the ecosystem to move forward. We're gonna be hearing them today. They will not be joining us, so let's go directly into the news and then check what's happening. Yeah. So as we just thought, a lot of updates in the space of the world of crypto, and then again, it's been a hefty week trying to see how this 11th birth. Oh, sorry, it's 11th birthday of the first Bitcoin halving. It's happening very soon, so we have to see what's the status, where is the world going. First halving was really interesting, ending on $12, where today we are breaking the 37, 38 peaks. So it's really interesting to follow this news and then to follow the updates. As usual, fraud is our dear subject. So be careful you don't fall a victim to fraud, especially coming from us, because we somehow will never ever invite you to invest in anything or send you especially messages on social media. So if I followed you today, yesterday, last week, be careful. I only have one verified account on social media, and then with that account, even I don't and I will not ask you for any money. That's one thing. The second thing, that we are, as we mentioned, and we always mentioned that me and Tay are under somehow not just surveillance from the bad people, but also they are improvising and cloning us, unfortunately, in AI. So far, we have detected, and then our audience send us visual snippets or voice snippets or trying to pretend. So make sure to follow the latest and understand how is our words or how is our names is written. So if you know anything, please do report it. A lot of events as usual. 7th of December, digital transformation happening summit, and then we have the blockchain global blockchain congress in Dubai, 11 and 12 of December. Iconic Finance Expo. Don't forget our second MENA Top 25 Women in FinTech and Blockchain and AI. It has been rescheduled till end of March. So if you still know any deserving ladies who are really fighting in the space, please do notify us as we move. Now that more or less, we're out of the world of what's happening, let's talk a little bit about the Bitcoin halving. We're expecting it in April. So we're just waiting for the time now. It's just another 5 months and a half. There's a lot of things that are, moving with the Bitcoin halving, a lot of hype in the Bitcoin halving. So it really interests us to know how the network has evolved within the last 5 years, or sorry, 4 years since the last Bitcoin halving. And this is very broad, and it brings broader dynamics to the cryptocurrency space, because now we'll be gone to around 3.06, if I'm not mistaken, as rewards. Will this be kind of a deterioration for the miners, or will it be more of going into the transaction fees, trying to have some more innovation similarly to the POS, and how they have moved towards financial fees, not just mining fees in terms of traditional mining of proof of work. So it's happening as we move. We've seen the Litecoin halving, but unfortunately nothing happened, or fortunately nothing happened. There's a lot of hype going on, but we have to wait and see how the world is really gonna take effect into this. So it started as $12, and now it's ending with 37,000. So it's really interesting to understand this dynamic and move forward, because this is what we want more. There's a lot of prediction about the final price of, not the final price, but at least the coming price of Bitcoins in specific. So let's see what's going to happen, and we will wait. In the second news is Coinbase. Coinbase custody success, a major player in nearly every US Bitcoin ETF application. So we're seeing now BlackRock and other banks are into the ETF, licensing their new products, and this is where the debate comes in. Cryptocurrencies, and I've seen this debate especially this week, that cryptocurrencies are fraud, cryptocurrencies are fake, there's no product, and etc. But if we look at, in reality, there's a lot of fraud, of course, but in reality, there've been financial instruments helping financial companies moving money throughout the world, not just in terms of solutions, whether it's on decentralized finance, or now I was yesterday giving a talk about open finance and DeFi. So that's a new way, maybe something new that we have to also merge. There's not much literature on this, so let's wait and see how it's gonna go. So it's interesting to follow those news and to follow the world of how it is really moving forward. With that, going back to the Coinbase news, Coinbase is really trying to take a piece of the big puzzle by entering those ETFs. So it's very normal that the firm apply to be listed and apply to have some form of physically backed ETF sponsored by different investors or investment custodies, so that they can also participate in this big, I would say, investment opportunity for all of the people. So why not Coinbase to be one of the major players and the largest fund that is actually happening? So currently, Coinbase manages around 600,000 BTC. So that's a huge number in terms of BTC. So let's see, it's going to be competing with BlackRock and other players in the market. And hopefully we'll find some more collaboration between BlackRock and Coinbase for executing and managing the funds that are really taking place. Noting that now there's in the US market fears around Binance itself as the biggest exchange ever. So possibly now Coinbase is really moving forward with this and trying to take a big chunk of how it's gonna be dominating the space, at least in the US. So with that, we'll move to none other than Changpeng Zhao. He resigned as a chair of Binance, and we've seen all of the drama last week. It's really sad. He's currently been embargoed to go back to UAE as of yesterday. He cannot leave the country. He attended the court himself. So we see some financial institutional governance, regulation, and regulated movements, not just like not similar to BSF, where he disappeared somehow, tried to run, or tried to play it. Or we've seen with Mt. Gox or others where they actually ran away, but then they didn't come to courts, and then they were later caught. But in this space, CZ is really pushing on regulations himself. He's taking the blame for whatever he will be charged. There's a lot of charges between embezzlement, between funding terrorists, and so many other things. We have to wait and see the court ruling if this is real or not. But so far, this is what has been charged for him. We have to wait the updates from the SEC and others, and the court ruling, most importantly, to understand how will this go. He's going to be fined, of course, a total of between personal and the company around $4 billion. We have to wait and see how will this move forward and what is the impact. And so far, I would say the impact on the exchange itself or on BNB has been very stable. Minor changes, nothing more. But this is a good indicator that after almost a week of this drama, the exchange is still holding and managing the load and managing the craziness that is happening. So for the investors who have money on exchange, we follow one simple rule: not your keys, not your money. So not your keys, not your crypto. Always make sure to have them offline on your ledger. So if you want to do some sort of transaction, you can do them also on ledger if you didn't know. But if you want other stuff that is not available, this is where you need the exchange itself. Otherwise, you have full custody of your own bank. So make sure to follow this. Now we'll move back again to similar incident, because now everybody is working with the U.S. Department of Justice and the Secret Service. That Tether assisted the U.S. Department of Justice and U.S. Secret Services in criminal investigations and victim recovery. So they've been doing collaborations similarly to what CZ and Binance have done previously, because I know for myself that they are heavily involved in governments and police to help those governments understand more. At the end of the day, not everyone is aware of what's happening, so we need the support of the exchanges themselves. So we must really work together. This is the most important part, and we are seeing here working together from USDT, because USDT is also other than trying to prove for the public by auditing and supplying the demand supply of fresh dollars backed to the USDT, and then always auditing, but also trying to follow and give evidence to the government that USDT, that how is the transfer of money is happening, and then how they are working with the government so that they support the government, and then they give them all of the leads needed for them to follow to follow the money in case there are any issues going on. So there's around $225 million worth of stable coins that are currently frozen. So this is the first time we hear such a happening. And then they are working with OKX and Tether themselves to really check out the scam that involves luring victims with traditional romances scam that we know already how they are doing them. So everybody's involved: FBI, CIA, Department of Justice, and much more, I think, in the back end. And everybody, again, is learning, trying to understand how the scam works. How is it organized crime? Is it not? So it's really interesting how this is unfolding and how this is taking shape. In our last news, where the U.S. presidential candidates support Bitcoin if elected, it will bring exemption to BTC. So we're seeing now more people are calling for exemption to move the role of crypto taxes and then make it more acceptable so that it is adopted by everyone. And similarly, this is what we've seen now with the fight again. We're, I think, under 1 year of the election. and we're going to be seeing more and more push between the candidates. And this is where I think Robert Kennedy Jr. He's pushing this, trying to get more support of the people and the investors. That if he gets elected, he will be friendly with the cryptocurrencies and exemption on Bitcoin itself. So that gives a positive versus Biden and the current SEC, who somehow are chasing away all of the innovations and most of the cryptocurrencies and most of the exchanges themselves. So we've seen Coinbase is not happy, trying to see if it's going to move to UAE or not. We've seen now with Binance what happened and other also exchanges. So it is not the best eco-friendly ecosystem that is friendly, similar to Dubai and what's happening in Dubai, trying to bring them all together, working all together, trying to bring services so that it offers innovation and so many other things. Where in this case, the U.S. future, hopefully the future U.S. president Kennedy, because he owns himself Bitcoin, and it seems he believes in Bitcoin versus other presidents. He sees it as a vision of free currency, not just working with central banks and CBDCs, but it's also as an alternative way for him to deal with financials. So this is more or less our news for this week. I just would like to say congratulations again for our last week winners. We started contacting you, and then you started replying back, and then we sent you some of the gifts in physical, whereas we started contacting the others and then waiting for some to reply. They have not replied. This is 202nd episode. We're very proud of this. We're moving soon. There's some news about us also going on a bigger uh, role in terms of the world of YouTube and podcast. So it's really nice to understand and then be part of the Middle East and UAE ecosystem. This is very proud to us, and then we're happy about this. So if you have any question, do join us on the chat. We have some. Hi Chantal. Regulation is a shit. Bitcoin and crypto are regulated by mathematics. So that is a it seems you don't love CZ. Yeah, regulation at the end of the crypto and DeFi whole purpose of financial freedom. Don't mix government and crypto. It's an unforgivable sin. Let's see what's going to happen. Chantal, I don't know personally what's the take, because we're seeing innovations, or we're seeing regulations also updating themselves, trying to push into this. We've seen how the SEC is taking it. Somehow, I do agree that there should be some separation, but not full, because if you if you have any issue, who you gonna fall to? Technically you're going back to no one. And this is what I would like to see it at least solved. I need a reference in any company, in any transaction, and today we don't have that. And with a world that is growing with spam, because it is super fast and super available, and the third layers or layer 2 or the application layer is susceptible to security and problems in coding and so many things. And the way the nature of the blockchain is one way, so once we have or fall victim of a fraud, it becomes hard to get back things, and becomes hard to operate the transactions that we have. So that's it in simplicity. Let's see how the world will move. I see a mix of both where is needed, and this is where we have to draw that line and then try to make it for the best of both environments. Meanwhile, don't forget to subscribe, share this. We're more than happy for you to join us. So if you share, you'll be more than happy for the support that we'll get. And in that way, we are continuing to 300, 400, and 500. It's amazing to put all of this efforts and then try to get them more and more. We have a lot of new speakers that are coming, so make sure to join us. I'd like to say hi again to Bob who joined us. Hi, Bob, and congrats on winning with us. I've been in contact with you, so thank you. And thank you for all of your support in joining us in this and helping us grow. So, with that, I'd like to say hi to Tay. I hope you're okay and everything is fine. Meanwhile, we'll see you soon and then try to connect with us on social media. We'll be starting to release some new reels, I think by next week, if not by the week following week. So, with that, I'd like to end today's episode and say thank you for all of the support and see you soon.